Hey, Christine, are you there? Hey, are you there? Did you just get home? Hello? Hello? Come on, answer me, will you? Come on, stop being difficult. Why won't you tell me where you went?
Luke, are you okay? I just got your messages now. What's going on? Maybe you're working now. That's okay, you can get back to me after you finish, no problem.
No, I'm fine now. No problem. I'm actually free in the afternoon. I don't have any plans or anything.
Oh, is that so? I didn't know. That's good to hear. Then, what are you doing right now? Are you home?
Yeah, that's right. I'm home right now just hanging out. I'm home, but Christine isn't here. It's just me. It looks like she went out or something. I don't really know what she's doing, to be honest with you.
Oh, is that right? That's too bad. Talk about bad timing. Oh well, maybe it would be better if I reach back out to you later this evening. How does that sound?
Wait, what? Did something happen? What's going on? You don't have to wait for Christine. You can always just ask me whatever it is you need to ask. Maybe I can help you out.
I was thinking about stopping over there tomorrow sometime. I got so many different things from the neighbors recently, so I figured why not come by and share it with you and Christine.
Ah, I see. That makes sense. If that's the case, it may be better to reach out to Christine directly. She doesn't do too well with text messages. You may get a quicker answer if you just call her directly.
Oh, thanks for the heads up. I guess I didn't really think about that. Well, no problem. I'll just tell you and you can relay the information to her. Sometime tomorrow afternoon, I'll come by your house.
Well, okay, yeah, I guess that could work.
Great, sounds good. Then I'll see you guys tomorrow. Please make sure you let her know I'm coming. Most people hate it when people come unannounced or without any sort of appointment.
Right. Don't worry, I understand. I'm on it.
Hey Luke, sorry for getting back to you so late. I completely lost track of time. I was so busy shopping I didn't even notice you were trying to get a hold of me. Sorry again. But anyway, wait a second. Were you off this afternoon or something? Why weren't you busy working?
Finally, you finally respond. I was starting to get a little worried. What do you mean, was I off? Didn't I tell you I would be? I had a lot of vacation hours I needed to burn, so I figured I would take off this afternoon.
That's news to me. This is the first time hearing about anything like this. If I had known you were off, I would have let you know I went out shopping so you wouldn't be wondering where I was or trying to get a hold of me like you were.
Oh, I'm completely sorry about that. My fault. I guess it completely slipped my mind to tell you about it. Anyway, are you still out shopping right now, or are you all finished? Isn't it a bit later than usual for you? Were you busy, or were the stores just super crowded today?
Oh well, about that. To be honest, the only thing I had on my agenda for today wasn't just shopping around. Until just a little while ago, I was actually at the bank for quite some time.
What? The bank? What were you doing at the bank?
Not too much. I just had to take care of a few wire transfers and had to make sure to balance my checkbook. You know, the usual stuff.
Oh, really? Well, I guess that doesn't sound like anything too serious. In any case, hurry and come back home. It's getting pretty late. Besides, Mom called us a little while ago, too. She said she's coming over here tomorrow afternoon sometime for a visit. She has a few things she wants to give us, too.
What? Oh, geez, no way. Tomorrow? Really? Does it really have to be tomorrow? Did she say what time she'd be coming over in the afternoon?
Not really. All she said was that she would be over sometime in the afternoon. If I know her, that means it'll probably end up being a little later in the afternoon, if I had to guess.
Oh, I see. Well, that's just great. That means I won't be able to watch my favorite TV show tomorrow night then, I guess.
What? What are you talking about? Don't you have enough of being a housewife? It'll be nice to have company over for once, don't you think?
Don't say such ridiculous things like that, Luke. You know better. How many times do I need to tell you? I'm not just a housewife. I work from home. Just because I work remotely doesn't mean I'm a housewife. Well, I guess they do have some similarities. I'm always home after all, so I guess I could be looked at as a housewife. But I still work. I just like to spend my free time doing the things I like to do. Is that such a crime?
Well, no, I guess that is fine. I'm not trying to bring you down or anything like that. But anyway, my mom will be coming tomorrow, so please make sure you're here and greet her properly. Because I actually won't be around tomorrow.
Gosh, you really are the worst. You always do this. I guess I can take a vacation day tomorrow, so I won't have to worry about work when your mom is here.
Yeah, she just kind of sprung it on me that she'll be coming over tomorrow. It's too bad. If we knew a little bit ahead of time, we could have prepared properly and taken the day off. But unfortunately, I just heard she was coming just a little while ago. So I mean, it's not my fault. It can't really be helped at this point. Sometimes you just have to roll with the punches. So like I said, please make sure you're here and treat my mom properly. Make sure she has a good time and isn't bored either.
It's fine, I guess. I don't mind. But this isn't the first time we had to go over this, Luke. I always say have your mom just contact me directly. It would be so much easier than having to hear this information from you all the time.
No, you're right, and I know you always say that. I actually told her to reach out to you directly too, but I guess for some reason she just didn't feel like doing it. I don't really know. Maybe she was a little embarrassed reaching out to you, so she just went to me instead. Who knows?
Embarrassed just to contact me? That's a bit extreme. But whatever, tell your mom, Tori, that it's fine if she comes over tomorrow, no problem. But anyway, I'll be home in a little while.
Okay, sounds good. See you when you get back home.
Hey, Luke, are you there? It's your mother. Are you working today?
What? Yeah, I'm working right now. What's up, Mom? Did something happen? Is everything okay?
Ah, I see. Well, I'm not really sure how to tell you this. But, to be honest, I'm really in quite the pinch this month. Is there any chance you think you can help me out a little bit? Even the smallest amount would make a difference.
What do you mean you're in a pinch? Is everything okay over there, Mom? And what do you mean by you need assistance? Are you talking about money? Do you need to borrow some money from me or something?
Bingo, you guessed it. That's exactly what I'm telling you, son. What else would I be talking about at a time like this? Obviously, it's money. This month has really been bad to your mother. I'm just barely scraping by. It's been a bit of a nightmare, to say the least. So I was wondering, is it possible you can loan me at least $500 or so?
I mean, you know I would help you in any way I could, Mom. It's just I think it would be bad if I don't check with Christine first. I would definitely want her to check with me if one of her parents was asking her for money. Why don't we bring this to her and see what she says about it?
Hey, hold on a second. What are you talking about, Luke? I came to you and asked you for help. Besides, aren't I always there for you when you need help? I always am the first one to help you. I'd give you the last dollar I had if you needed it. So how dare you tell me to ask your wife? Why would you say such a ridiculous thing?
Well, yeah, of course I know you would. I know you helped us out a few times in the past too. But this is a little different. I have Christine handling our finances and expenses recently. So that's why it's best if I check with her. It would be really difficult to just take money from our account without telling her. She would surely question it.
Geez, do you hear what you're saying? Do you even hear yourself, Luke? Gosh, now it makes sense why she told me no when I asked her before. Damn that stingy wife of yours. She is so annoying.
Wait a minute, what do you mean when you asked her before? You mean to tell me when you came over here about a week ago, you asked Christine for money? Seriously?
Wait, what? Did I say that? Hold on a second, Luke. That is why I always say it's much easier to talk to you guys when you're there, Luke. You're so much easier to talk to than she is. Things have really gotten out of hand over here, and rather quickly, too.
And so that is why you reached out to me.
Yes, that's right. That is exactly what your mother did. From the very beginning, I thought to come to you for help first. But you always tell me you need to check with your wife, right? Like you did just before. Didn't you just say she'd get angry if you were to loan me any money?
Well, yeah, I guess you are right.
So I remembered that. I remembered what you told me, so that is why I asked Christine for help. I can't stand it. Why do I need to ask your wife anytime I need a small favor? It's ridiculous, Luke. It really is so annoying having to go through her every single time. Not to mention, even though I did what you said and asked her, she flat out refused to help me. Can you believe that? So that's why I felt like I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. What am I supposed to do now?
I don't know what to tell you, Mom. I mean, if Christine says no, then I can't just go against her and give you money. It wouldn't be right.
Oh, come on, Luke. Cut it out. Besides, you work hard every day, don't you? Don't you have some money of your own saved up somewhere? I'm sure you do. You never know when you'll need it for something important. Surely you don't have to check with Christine when it comes to your own money? That's not a stretch to think, is it? It's not strange at all for a husband to have his own money he saved up that his wife doesn't know about.
Well, yeah, I mean, I do have some money saved, a little bit at least.
I would think it would be 100% strange if you didn't. Besides, if you did tell me you're allowed to have your own savings, then I may even change my opinion of Christine right now. I would think she loosened the reins a little bit on your life and is taking a step in the right direction.
What? Loosened the reins? Are you implying I am whipped? That's not the case at all, Mom. I just think Christine is smart and handles money much better than I do is all.
No, that's not it. That's not what I mean. Come on, Christine is a housewife, isn't she? And yet she still has an unbreakable grip on the money that you bring home. Think about it. Isn't it true that she's just hogging your entire salary?
I don't think so, Mom. There is no way that's what is happening between Christine and I.
Gosh, son, you are too soft on Christine. It's obvious you give her way too much credit. I am your mother and her mother-in-law. The right thing for her to do would to be respectfully agree to help me out and let me borrow just a little bit of money. But no, she flat out refuses to help her mother-in-law. All she does is hog all the money you earn and uses it however she wants. I'm not wrong about that, Luke, am I?
Come on, Mom, knock it off. You're totally off base here.
No, I'm not. And because you aren't careful around her, I'm warning you she is completely taking advantage of your kindness. That is Christine's goal at the end of the day anyway. Take advantage of your generosity and use your money however she pleases. Think about it. Doesn't she do that, Luke?
Well, I mean, maybe a little bit, sometimes here and there.
That's why I'm just asking you for help instead. I'm just asking for a measly $500. I'll be just fine after that. It's only $500. It's not like I'm sitting here asking you for thousands of dollars or anything. So come on, please help your mother out. Well, what do you say, Luke?
Gosh, I don't know, Mom. You are really putting me in a difficult position, honestly. If I just withdraw any money, there's no doubt she will see it. Oh, hey, wait a second. That's right, I just remembered something.
What is it? Did you remember something good that'll help us out in this situation?
I mean, it's not necessarily a way around deceiving her and taking money from the account. But I just remembered I have a bank book of my own for my own personal savings. I can't believe I almost forgot about it. But to be honest, Christine pretty much handles this one too.
What? You have your own bank book for your own personal savings?
Well, yeah, of course I do. I forgot about it though. I hardly use it after all. I usually just focus on our joint account and put money into that one instead. So if it's just $500 you need, I may be able to figure something out.
Oh my gosh, really, Luke? That's great. That's so great. You're such a lifesaver. Well, I mean, if while we're at it, do you think you can loan your mother around $1,000 instead? To be honest, that'd probably be of much more help to me.
Hold on, Mom. $1,000 is a lot of money. I think that might be a little too much for me to give you. Didn't you say you only needed $500 to begin with? Chances are Christine is probably going to find out about this anyway. So thinking about it that way, being busted for loaning only $500 as opposed to $1,000 would be much easier.
Okay, fine, I understand. Relax, will you? Trembling at the thought of your wife like that, you should be ashamed of yourself. Anyway, you being able to do this for me helps me out so much, son. It would have been great if Christine could have just agreed to help me out from the start, though.
Well, what can I say? Like you said, she can be pretty stingy at times. Be honest, Mom. When you asked to borrow money from her, was that your first time asking her for anything?
What do you mean? My first time asking Christine, you mean?
Yes, just as I said. Was that the first time you asked Christine for a favor like this?
Yeah, of course, you know that. After all, I always go to you when I need help. There's no way I can go to your wife and ask for help the way I come to you. You are my son, after all.
Absolutely. I just wanted to make sure, that's all. Anyway, I'll check my bank book and get the money you need tomorrow. Besides, I have work tomorrow too. So on my lunch break, I'll withdraw the money you need and give it to you on my way home.
On your lunch break? Okay, that sounds perfect. Thank you so much for your help, Luke. So it's a plan. I will see you tomorrow.
Hey, Christine, are you there? When you see this message, please get back to me as soon as you can. It's really important.
Hey, what is it? Is everything okay? Are you gonna be late or something? I mean, if you come home now, it'll be fine. It's still not too late yet.
I have to ask you a question. You're always nagging me about money and how I use it and all that. But what are you doing with my money behind my back? Why aren't you telling me?
What are you talking about? Are you saying I'm being sneaky with your money behind your back?
Today, when I left the house, I took my bank book with me.
What? You took it with you? Why would you do that?
I'll fill you in on all the details later. That isn't what's important right now. We have a separate issue we need to discuss, Christine. I checked my bank book today while I was at work. I was extremely surprised by what I found. What is going on here, Christine? Every month there is a $500 wire transfer. What is that for?
Oh, that? Well, I can explain that. That's my allowance for doing the chores around the house every day. I think that's what I deserve.
An allowance? Are you kidding me? My God, you doing something like this behind my back is bad enough. But is this why you refused to help my mother when she came to you and asked you for $500? Is that why you refused?
Is that what you heard from your mom?
That's right, she came to me too asking for help. But we already went through this before. This isn't the first time she came to us for help with something. I remember last time you were annoyed and you told her to ask you first instead, next time she needs a favor. That is what you said, right? You remember? She remembered what you said last time, so that is why my mom came to you first this time. She did what you asked, and yet you still refused to give her any money? Isn't that right? Gosh, and yet you still gave yourself an allowance every month for doing chores around the house.
Well, yeah, I guess so. You're right. It's true I refused to help your mom out when she came to me and asked. But that's all. I don't know what you're talking about with everything else, though, Luke.
Think about it from my perspective, Christine. She came to you asking for help. You know that couldn't have been easy for her to do. But you refused. She is my mother. Put yourself in my shoes. Don't you understand how I feel? When my mom told me that my own wife refused to help her out, I almost felt ashamed. I was miserable.
But Luke, listen to me.
No, that's enough. I'm not listening to what you have to say about the situation anymore. I get it now. I now know full well that you have no problem sending your own parents $500 a month. But when it comes to my mother, you're reluctant to do so. I understand you perfectly now.
Well, okay, I understand what you're saying. And you may think that you're right in what you're claiming right now, Luke. But if you think about how things have been between your mother and I up until now, then isn't it only natural how I reacted?
No, that's enough. I'm not listening to any more of your nonsense. I want a divorce. We are getting a divorce.
Wait, what? A divorce? Are you kidding me right now?
You failed me as a wife, so damn right I want a divorce right now. It's pointless for us to go any further. There is no reconciling this relationship at this point. To be honest, I have been as patient as I can be, putting up with your nonsense all the way until now.
Luke, what are you saying? You can't be serious. The one who's been patient and putting up with the other's nonsense is me, not you.
Now it's my turn to ask, what in the world are you talking about? You are my wife and supposed to be on my side, but all you do is cause problems between me and my mother. And in return, you expect me to treasure your parents and treat them with respect? Gosh, what are you, some sort of coward? You are so selfish, Christine.
Coward? Who's the real coward here, Luke? Are you kidding? Do you know how hard it has been for me to deal with and put up with your nonsense? I've had some horrible thoughts because of it.
Blah, blah, blah. All you do is whine. Yeah, keep talking. No one is listening to you anymore. You won't have to worry about putting up with me anymore, so don't worry. Anyway, I won't be coming back anymore.
What do you mean you won't be coming back? Coming back where? More importantly, where is the bank book? You left the house with it earlier. What are you planning on doing with it? You know what? It doesn't matter. Give it back to me right now, Luke.
You're kidding. There is no way I would give it back to you after everything you put me through. Like I said before, this money is mine, not yours. So I will do whatever I want with it. I can't believe you sometimes. You know, for a housewife, you sure are quite arrogant sometimes.
That's why I keep telling you that you're right, Luke. My salary was also put into that same bank account. That's why I'm telling you not to just do whatever you want since you have our bank book. Besides, if you don't listen to me about this, don't you think things would get a little more difficult for us?
Don't make me laugh. What are you, some sort of idiot or something? Look at how much is in this account. With a salary like yours, there is no way you could have saved this much. Stop joking around. Anyway, that's enough talking with you. See you later. You should pack your things and prepare to stay with your parents for a little while too, by the way.
What? Wait a second, Luke.
Hey, Mom, it's me. I'm sorry. Since I'm gonna divorce Christine, it looks like she'll be staying at her parents for a while.
Wait, slow down 1 second. Did you say you were getting a divorce? Why in the world did it come to that? A divorce is pretty serious, Luke.
Right. I know, Mom. Please listen to me. It turns out she was actually giving her parents a monthly allowance. To make things worse, it was $500 a month. Can you believe that?
What? Are you kidding me? She was giving her parents $500 a month? And that woman wouldn't even give me a single dollar to help me out of the bind that I'm in?
Yes, that's right. Isn't it awful? I couldn't believe it. She tried to make excuses for it and all that, but I wasn't listening. I told her I want a divorce instead. Then she went on trying to tell me about how she works and has a job or whatever. How ridiculous. All she does is work from home. That is barely doing any work at all. But she is so greedy for money as usual. She even demanded I give her back our bank book. I could barely believe it. Seriously, Mom, what a waste of time that woman was.
Gosh, what a horrible girl. You put up with her nonsense long enough. Oh well, get a divorce or do whatever you want. You know what's best for you, son. So anyway, enough about Christine. Let's talk about this bank book you have. About how much money is in the account, do you think?
Let me check. It's about $50,000.
Wow, great job, son. That's quite a lot. Well, let's not beat around the bush here, especially now that Christine is out of the picture. How much do you think I can use from that account, son?
Oh, come on, Mom. Of course you can use all of it. No problem at all.
Wow, all of it. Are you sure, Luke?
Well, of course, be smart about it. Don't borrow too much or anything.
Oh, of course, honey. I would never do that to you. That's money you worked so hard for. I will be smart with how I use it. Don't you worry about a thing. But you do have quite a lot there. Maybe it could be fun to splurge just a little bit. What do you think?
Well, I guess it is okay, as long as you splurge just a little bit, of course.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go all out this weekend then and have a great time. While I'm at it, maybe I'll buy a couple things I had my eye on for a while.
Oh, that sounds great. I am so on board with that plan.
Great, I'm happy to hear that. Now that I think about it, do you think Christine will come after you for money after the divorce?
What? Money after the divorce? Why would she be entitled to any of that?
Well, a lot of times, courts look at who is the stronger of the two when it comes to salary and who makes the most money. So divorces due to money issues are pretty common. So if she tries to sue you for any sort of damages or anything like that, you never know what way it'll go. She may end up taking a good chunk of your money, son.
Wow, when you put it like that, you may be right. I never thought of it like that. I had such a small allowance to spend on things I really wanted. Gosh, so many things about being with her were really inconvenient. If that's the reason I give for the divorce, they really may side with her and she may end up taking all my money. Gosh, good thinking, Mom. You are so smart.
Don't worry, sweetie. I have your back. We won't let her take any of it. Anyway, just you wait. Today I'm preparing something grand for you. Grander than ever.
All right, Mom. I can't wait. You really are the best. Well, I'll be home at around 6 tonight. Can't wait to see you then.
Luke, it's your mother. Answer me. You spoke to Christine's parents?
What are you talking about? I haven't spoken to them, Mom. Well, they called me, but I didn't answer it. Anyway, what's up? What are you asking about her parents for?
You need to reach out to them as soon as you can, Luke. What in the world is happening? You need to get to the bottom of it. The story they heard is completely different from the truth.
What? I don't really know what you're saying right now, Mom. Besides, I'm in the middle of work right now, too.
Well, you'll have to explain to your job that you need to step away for a bit and call them back immediately. If you just ignore them like this, things will get really ugly. I just know it.
What, really? Things are that bad? Okay, fine, I understand. I'll reach out to them now and take care of it. Christine, are you there? It's me, Luke. Please, I'm begging you. Please answer back, please.
God, you're so annoying. What in the world could you possibly want now, Luke? I'm just finally able to relax and I'm hanging out. Why are you bugging me right now of all times? Stop bothering me already. I have nothing left to say to you.
I am sorry. I am so sorry to bother you. I spoke to your dad today for the first time in a while. And he told me your parents took over paying for my debt. Is that true?
Oh, so my dad told you that, did he? Well, as for me, I'm just happy with staying divorced from you.
But why? Please tell me why they would decide to do that, especially considering we are divorcing. Is it because he's trying to pay me back the $500 monthly allowance you gave them every month? Is that why?
Well, I guess that could be the reason. I have no idea. Why don't you just ask my dad properly instead of coming to me with annoying questions? He's a grown man. He'll do what he wants with his money.
Oh, yeah, I guess that is true too.
3 years ago, I discovered your debt. It was huge, Luke. It was $60,000. I couldn't believe it.
Oh, yeah, well, I know. It was a lot.
If you didn't pay it off in a lump sum, the interest rate would have been through the roof. So I took it upon myself to ask my parents for help, and they lent me the money. Once they calmed down, of course.
Oh, really? Is that right? I had no idea about that.
It was so embarrassing for me, begging my parents for money like that. Actually, I told you about all of this once before. Looks like you just conveniently forgot all about it.
Huh? You told me? When? Come on, I would think if you told me something as important as this, I would definitely remember. There is no way I would forget that conversation, Christine. Give me a break.
Well, I don't remember the exact date and time of when I told you about all of this, but it was after I discovered the crippling debt. I told you my parents agreed to take over paying for it to help us out. And you, as happy as can be, said it's perfect because you can now go out and be a playboy without having to worry about money anymore.
Wow, really? Is that what I said?
Are you really trying to play dumb? Do you really think you can get out of this by just simply pretending you don't remember? Did you really think you wouldn't have to pay any of that money back?
Oh, that's right. I remember now. Silly me. You are absolutely right. I feel like I remember us having that conversation now. So you mean to tell me at the time, the money that we got was really from...
You mean the $60,000? You mean you planned on just taking it and that would be the end of it? Gosh, are you even an adult? I feel like I'm talking to a child sometimes. You didn't give a second thought about returning the money, did you? You put no effort into how you would eventually pay it back.
No, that's not it at all. I just thought maybe we got extremely lucky or something like that.
Gosh, I'm so tired of you. Simply just talking to you is a chore in itself. You always said your allowance was far too small. You also weren't able to just withdraw money anytime you chose. It was because of your debt. It's on your record and marked as a previous offense. But that's not even the worst part of it. The worst part is the reason for your debt. It was the end result of you always having to show off for your mother of all people and always give her money at any time she asked for it. I bet you didn't tell your mother about that part, did you? That you had to borrow money because by helping her out, you gave her all the money you had? And because you never told her no, she always came to you without a care in the world and asked for money because she knew you would always say yes.
Gosh, Christine, I'm really sorry about all of this. I would like to take back everything I said to you before. Please. Why don't we get together and try talk all of this over? What do you say?
What? Why in the world would I want to get together with you to discuss anything?
Because, Christine, I don't want to get a divorce anymore. I was wrong. I think that if you're not around in my life anymore, it'll probably end up pretty bad for me. Also, my mom said she wanted to apologize to you for this whole mess. Also to your parents, we would like to apologize to them as well.
I could have sworn I already said this to you before. But my parents and I are on the same page in all of this. And honestly, we don't genuinely believe that you and your mother want to change your ways at all.
What? Wait, come on, please give me another chance.
You said you want to get together and talk? But what in the world do we have to talk about? There is nothing to discuss. Your plan to just cling on to simply telling me you don't want to get a divorce, and that's it? Geez, that seems quite desperate to me. It just doesn't seem genuine, to be honest. It's really because if we get a divorce, it'll end quite difficultly for you, right? You and your mom are two peas in a pod, a wasteful son and a wasteful mother who doesn't understand the value of a dollar. With a family like that, it's only a matter of time before the family breaks down and just collapses.
Wait a second, Christine. Please, I'm begging you. I will do anything. Please, just name it and I will do it. Anything at all.
Stop begging others for help. That's all you do is beg others to help you without trying to do anything yourself. You need to stand on your own 2 feet and ask what you can do for yourself for once. But either way, the decision to divorce is final.
Please, Christine, there has to be some way to make you change your mind about this.
The account linked to the bank book that you have, give me half of what's in the account. After that, you can pay back my parents for all the money they used to cover you for your debt. And if there is anything left over, I'll be taking that for damages caused by the divorce.
What? No way. Please, Christine, give me another chance.
Absolutely not. You understand why, don't you? Even you could understand something as simple as this. It's because the reason for our divorce is due to stress when it comes to our finances.
But please, give me a break. I can't pay all of that. That would be impossible for me. I'm telling you, it would be impossible. Especially for me. There is no way I can go through with all of that.
No, it's not impossible. You will do it. You have no choice in the matter. You have to do it. If you refuse, we can take it to court and see what the judge has to say about this whole thing. So after that, Luke continued to reach out to me for over a week, begging for some sort of reconciliation in our relationship. I couldn't begin to tell you how many times he came to my parents' house just to try talking with me, but I ignored him every time he came by. I don't have anything to say to him. I reached out to a lawyer who advised I'm entitled to every one of my conditions and that this matter could be settled out of court. After the divorce, Luke had no choice but to return to his mom's house and live there. Between the two of them, they weren't able to save any money on their own. To the surprise of no one, they're in a desperate financial situation right now. It wouldn't surprise me if they try to take out another loan or borrow more money from someone else. As for me, my life has become a lot more peaceful and relaxed. I'm just passing the time at my parents' house and spending time with them. Once things from the divorce settle down a little more, I'm thinking about finding a place for myself so I can live on my own. But for now, I'm thinking I just want to do my job from my parents' house for a little while.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment. Bye. Bye!
Hey, Rebecca. I got something I wanted to tell you. Super important. Are you free to talk right now? Or do you want me to call you later? Oh yeah, I should be fine to talk. What's up? You scared me, not gonna lie. Suddenly spamming me with messages like that? It's not something bad, is it? Oh lord, now I'm nervous. Just tell me. It's not bad, don't worry. Actually, it's super, super good. Guess who's getting married? Wait, really? You're getting married? OMG, congratulations! Thank you! That's amazing. I'm so proud of you. Who asked who? Did you do it? That's so brave of you. Especially since he's one of your bosses. He could fire you. He would never do something like that. We started dating about a year ago. And then this year, he finally popped the question. It was during a nice, fancy dinner with just the two of us. I really wasn't expecting it, to be honest. But I'm glad he wants to stay with me. OMG, that's awesome! You should have told me earlier, girl. This happened earlier this year. Were you waiting to surprise me or something? We're besties. You should be telling me everything. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't tell you. We were still figuring out when we want to have the wedding and whatnot. I didn't want to tell you too early and then he cancels it, you know? Plus, I've been super busy with work recently. I haven't even really talked to you recently. I guess it just slipped my mind until now. And you're busy with your baby too, right? I didn't want to bother you while you were spending time with him. Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. We're both super busy. But I'm glad you told me finally. That news made my entire day better. So, what kind of wedding are you gonna have? Something traditional? I'd love to come if you'd let me. I could even be a bridesmaid. Or in the front, cheering you on. But if you don't want to do that, that's okay too. I know you don't really like being the center of attention or anything. And a wedding would probably be really embarrassing for you, right? I'll support you even if you just want to do a courtroom wedding. As long as we can take a nice photo and get you a wedding dress, of course. Actually, we are going to have a normal wedding. My parents have been bugging the absolute daylights out of me over it. I don't think no is ever an option. Oh, really? You're gonna do a traditional wedding then? Seems like it. My parents are really old-fashioned and insisted I do it properly. They want us to do a full ceremony with a priest and everything. Plus a big cake and gifts. She said she wants me to use all her hand-me-down stuff for tradition too. No way. You're kidding. Why are they trying to make this their moment? Are you really gonna go in front of a bunch of people like that in a dress? You won't even wear a skirt to work. Did you tell them you didn't want to? Don't let them control all of it. Yeah, I did try to explain to them. Because of my insecurity and stuff, we agreed only my close family members will be there. That way I'm not overwhelmed by a crowd. She's already inviting people, though. She doesn't listen at all. That's awful. Why is she being so selfish? You shouldn't listen to a word she says, in my opinion. She's a horrible person. Wait, what? Don't you think that's a bit far, Rebecca? If you said you didn't want a wedding, you shouldn't have to do it. Why is she so focused on what you're doing with your own life? Besides, plenty of people don't do traditional weddings nowadays. She needs to get with the times. When I found out I was pregnant, we agreed to get married the same day. But we didn't do a wedding ceremony. There was no need for it. And there was nothing wrong with our choice. If she really wants to celebrate, can't they just send you gifts and take some pictures? I'm sorry, but her views are insulting to me. Is she trying to say I didn't do it right or something? The wedding isn't important. What's important is that you both love each other. Sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. I see where you're coming from. I shouldn't have brought it up. Sorry. Of course there's nothing wrong with it. My parents are just stuck in their old ways. No, I'm sorry. I lost my cool. That was my fault. It wasn't your decision. I guess I'm just a little irritable right now. I'm worn out from my son, so I'm not thinking straight. Yeah, that makes sense. Don't worry about it. But anyway, I know you didn't have a wedding or anything at first, but didn't you want one? I thought you said once you've recovered and things have settled down, you wanted to do it the right way, didn't you? Well, originally we wanted to. It's not necessary, but it just would be nice to experience it. But toddlers are just so much work. There's definitely a reason they call it the terrible twos. I'm too caught up with him to work, so we don't have as much income. And my husband's salary went down a bit recently because of some stupid business loophole they found. So we can't afford it either. Oh, that makes sense. Sorry to hear that. I don't want to get a job again until after the wedding. I want it to come first. You're still working, right? Are you gonna quit now, or are you staying with the company? Yeah, I plan on staying here for at least the foreseeable future. But isn't that against the rules or something? If you're married to a manager, I think that causes issues for them. So wouldn't one of you have to leave? No, as far as I know, they're perfectly fine with it. A few other people work with their husbands and wives here, so it shouldn't be a problem. Huh, that's weird. I quit work because I didn't want to work anymore. But of course, I couldn't work with my husband as well. But I didn't feel the need to get a new job, since I would have taken maternity leave immediately afterwards. And it's kinda just better to be a housewife than outside slaving like a man. Like a man? What do you mean? Oh, it's not important. Sorry, I'm just rambling. You said only close family is going to the wedding, right? In that case, at least let me go out with you and celebrate. I'm exhausted. A break would do me good. How does lunch together sound? We can go to the best restaurant in town and catch up. Just the two of us. OMG, that sounds perfect. I'd love to do that. Just let me know whenever you have some free time and I'll see when we can meet up. Perfect. Sounds good. Alright, I'll let you know then. Might be kinda last minute. Things always seem to be coming up. I might be able to get my husband or parents to watch my son for a little bit.
Good afternoon. My name is Stacy. I'm the receptionist here at the Nature's Wedding Organization. I called a little earlier to touch base, but I wasn't able to get a hold of you. Would text work better for you? Oh, yes. Hello again, Stacy. I believe you're the one I talked to at the venue, right? I'm sorry, I was at work, so I wasn't able to pick it up. I keep my phone in the back room while at work, usually. It limits distractions for myself. So I won't hear it if you call me at work. But I have WhatsApp set up on my work computer, so I can get your text messages. So yes, if it's okay, can we chat here? Unless you'd rather wait for me to get home later tonight. I apologize for contacting you at such a difficult time. I'll try and make it brief so you can return to your work. This young lady has showed up at the venue today, asking about details of your wedding. She told me that she is the bride. But as far as I know, in our last conversation, you were the one getting married, correct? I want to make sure I don't have any mistakes here. What? A bride? Wait, who is it? What does she look like? There's gotta be some sort of mistake. I apologize again for the inconvenience. She came by just a short while ago. She didn't make an appointment or anything, so I assumed she was a guest wanting some information. But she said that the plans changed last minute for the ceremony tomorrow, and that you are no longer involved in the wedding. She's demanding I edit the reservation right away. I'm not sure what to tell her. What? I'm just as confused as you are, I assure you. If this is true and you are planning to go ahead with what she's saying, then I need some information from you. That is why I contacted you so quickly. No, I am absolutely not doing what she said. I assumed not, but she's insisting I tell you all of this. She says she's already got the paperwork for it. What paperwork?
The papers we signed way back when we took the tour?
Yes, and a few others. Some forms consenting to stepping out and such. She's trying to hand me the documents right now. I haven't taken them yet. I wanted to contact you directly first. This is a very unusual situation, to say the least. But the forms here are signed.
How did she get those? I haven't signed anything, last I checked.
I understand that, but your signature is on these papers.
Whether or not you realized what you were signing,
I'm certain that these are the real documents that you got from our building. I was wondering if it was someone you knew? A friend, perhaps? If she tricked you into signing, or worse, signed it herself, then she must be pretty close. Is there anyone you know that might be out to get you? Or maybe someone who is planning to steal your husband from you?
I mean, I know a lot of people. I don't want to just accuse someone like that.
We had her talk with another staff member. Once we were able to verify her information, I was planning on getting back to you so we could identify her. But I guess she got impatient and left before we could get her name.
I can't believe this. I do have someone, I think, that might do this. I don't want to believe it, but I can't afford to trust everyone right now. Do you mind if I talk to her myself? I'll ask her directly. Maybe I can solve this. Afterwards, I can give you an update and we can settle all of this. Hey again, Rebecca. I don't know how to say this without sounding like a horrible friend. So I guess this is the easiest way to ask you. Do you know what this is about? Oh, you found out already? I knew you would, but that was fast. I knew it. I didn't want it to be true. Of course I was going to find out. You must have known, right? The only one who could have gotten a hold of those papers was you and my husband. I don't let just anyone in my house, you know. You came over a few months ago to celebrate with me. I remember you getting lost while trying to find the bathroom at one point. I didn't think about it at the time. I was too happy about the wedding. Were you looking around my house? Don't be so suspicious. You did act a little strange after you came back. I just thought maybe you were tired or wanted to go home. And some things had been moved around after you left. I didn't want to believe it, so I assumed my husband had moved something. Or that maybe I was imagining things. So you knew all along then? And you didn't say anything? No, I didn't know. I was a little suspicious, sure. But I checked the areas that were moved and I thought everything was still there. I didn't realize you had taken the documents. I didn't even consider it an option. Rebecca, what are you doing? What's this I hear about you trying to steal my wedding? It's all true, isn't it? Yeah, isn't it obvious? I'm getting married tomorrow instead of you. Duh. You're serious? Me and your lovely fiancé are going to have a nice wedding tomorrow. Without you, of course. You don't seem too mad. Did you maybe think I was just stealing the wedding? I'm not using this for me and my husband, you know. I'm helping myself to your husband, too. Sucks for you, I guess. Wait, are you being for real? This just keeps getting worse and worse. I'm so confused. Why are you trying to do that? You still haven't figured it out? You're dumber than I thought, Kat. A child could have figured it out by now. What? I'm marrying your fiancé instead of you. And of course, he's going to want me more because I'm better. So he'll choose me, and you'll be tossed to the side. I'll be the one at the altar tomorrow. And that wedding dress will be for me. How could you say that? We've been best friends for so long. And yet you're getting everything I wanted. An amazing husband, a great job, a perfect wedding. I can't be around you anymore if you're just going to get everything I deserve. So I decided I'm going to take it from you. This is all your fault. I hate you. Wait, my fault? How is this my fault? I didn't even get a proper wedding. The only reason I got married in the first place was so my son could have his father in his life. I even had to quit work to take care of him. I lost everything. And in the end, I couldn't even get my big day. So why do you get everything? I did all the hard work and you're just getting everything in life. That's not fair. You're selfish, and I deserve it more than you. I'll never forgive you. Are you kidding me? That's your reason? You're just jealous. How is that my fault? Not to mention you dragged the wedding company into this. You've given them so much work to deal with because of your stupidity. You went out of your way to steal my forms and trick the company. What is wrong with you? I mean, it doesn't really matter what you think. I turned in the forms, so as far as I'm concerned, everything went through. I'll be the one walking the aisle tomorrow. And I'll finally get the wedding and the dress of my dreams. Oh, just knock it off already. You can't seriously believe this is going to work, right? What do you mean? Have you not been listening to what I've been saying? You can get as mad as you want, but yelling isn't going to fix everything, you know. Even your husband agreed that I'm a better woman for him. Sorry, but I'm not falling for that. I don't believe you. My husband proposed to me, and I'm the one he wants to be with. You already have a husband and a kid. Grow up and focus on your own life. Are you going to throw that all away for some stupid jealousy? Throw what away? My husband barely makes any money. It's not like he's doing anything for me. I only stay with him because I need to. What? And my kid is awful. He's a little demon, and he's not even cute like me. I want a chance to restart. It's not fair that this all happened to me. And that's what this wedding will do. I'm going to get a new start in life and get an amazing wedding. I'll have better-looking kids and can forget this one ever existed. Are you seriously saying this to me right now? Sorry for not telling you sooner. Kinda sucks for you that it's the day before, huh? But he's my husband now. I promise to take good care of him. Well, have fun at your wedding, I guess. Mine was yesterday. What? I kinda just let you ramble on because it was amusing for a bit. But now you've seriously annoyed me. So just give it a rest already. What are you talking about? Did you hit your head or something? Your wedding is tomorrow. Well, it's my wedding now, but you get what I mean. I get you're mad, but stupid lies like that aren't gonna change anything. What if I told you that right now, your husband is with me? The man who was supposed to be with you always is already over here by my side. He's not, though. He's with me right now. And we're both in Hawaii, so I doubt you're anywhere around him. What? In Hawaii? Yeah, it's lovely here. We wanted to have our honeymoon somewhere really warm and tropical, so we decided on Hawaii. So we left yesterday, basically right after the wedding. It was a long flight, but we're here now. It's very warm and very far away from you. What are you talking about? That's a terrible lie. Your husband is with me right now. He's literally right next to me. Do you want me to send a picture of Louis or something? Louis? Who is that? That's not my husband. I don't think I've ever met anyone with that name ever. What? My husband's name is Mika. I've never had any friends or boyfriends with that name, so not sure what you're on about. Wait, what? Are you being serious? Then, what? Who is this? That's a good question. I would ask him. But as far as I know, you have a strange man sitting next to you with no relation to me. He could be dangerous. What? Anyway, good luck with that. I want to enjoy my honeymoon, so try not to message me too much anymore. okay? Kat, what is going on? Who is this dude? Is he going to hurt me? I asked him about you, and he said he doesn't know anyone with your name. He doesn't know your husband either. Who is he? What have you done? I already told you I don't know who he is. I don't know where you found him. I didn't have any part in this. How did you even find him? And how have you gone this long without realizing? It was in your paperwork. It had all your information on there. It had the location of your wedding, the date, and both of your names and addresses on it. He was listed as the groom. Oh, okay. I get it now. I think I figured out what's going on here. Then tell me. Sorry to tell you, but those papers you picked up were trash. That explains why I didn't notice anything was missing. We didn't even end up going with the Nature Wedding Company anyway. What? You went somewhere else? I mean, the lady was really nice there and they were super helpful. But everyone at work was kind of forcing their own places and opinions on us. So we kind of got a bit overwhelmed and changed our minds a lot. Did you even look at those documents properly? My name isn't spelled correctly on it. It has my name as Catherine. My phone number was wrong too. And so was my husband's name, number, and even his address. Are you serious? I assumed that if they were that careless with my information, they probably put the wrong person as the groom. They were really apologetic, but I just didn't feel comfortable having my wedding there anymore. If they can't even get my name right, I don't trust them to do my wedding the way I want it. While there was a lot of things, the paperwork mistakes were definitely the final straw that made me cancel. Oh my god. I felt a bit bad telling them, but luckily they were understanding. One of the ladies that worked there even pulled me aside to talk to me. She said she knew of a perfect place that had a lot of free openings nearby. It was one of the most popular ones in the area, apparently. So I kept her personal recommendation in mind after leaving the venue. It was definitely a good one, just like she had told me. Everything about it seemed perfect, so we decided to go with that one. And so yesterday, that's where we got married. You're lying! That doesn't make any sense. I mean, I'm shocked too. I'm shocked about a lot of things. The most shocking being that you would sneak behind your best friend's back like that and steal from her. Not to mention steal what you thought were her marriage documents. I just want you to remember that legally, this counts as theft. I could sue you over this. You better not test me once I come back, is all I'm saying. Wait, what? You want to sue me? But we're best friends! Well, we were at one time. I guess this was all a big misunderstanding, huh? But we've got it all figured out now. Everything makes sense. I gotta say, I am also shocked about this stranger who picked you over their wife for tomorrow. I would apologize to him and let him know. Don't leave him waiting for you at the altar. Imagine how he'd feel if he found out he cheated on his wife for something that was just a silly mistake. Sorry for messaging you at a weird time, Stacy. Time zones are a bit different now, I guess. I talked to her and got everything sorted out, I think. It's kind of complicated, so I'm sending you a long email with the details, okay? I've got her name and address in case you need to bill or contact her. Oh, perfect. Thank you so much. When she was here, she refused to give us her name or anything other than being the new bride. I suppose she was trying to hide something. So this is a huge help. No problem. And I'm really sorry for all the trouble. I wish you didn't have to be involved in all of this. It's not your fault at all, so there's no need to apologize. I'm just glad that we got it all figured out. I was quite worried. But anyway, I heard that you had a nice wedding the other day, right? It's great that it turned out okay despite the circumstances. So a big congratulations for your new life. Thank you so much. I wouldn't have been able to do it without you. You went above and beyond helping me out even after the incident with the documents. So I'm really grateful. No worries. This was actually my last job while working here. I'm officially retiring this month with no more wedding planning for me. I'm so happy my last customer was able to get the wedding of her dreams. Oh, that's amazing. I hope you have a great retirement. You deserve it. Have a great life with your new husband, and maybe with a future family. It was great meeting you, and getting to work with you. Good luck. Are you still in Hawaii? Or are you finally back home? 'Cause I need ya. I'm in a bit of a pickle. I need my best friend over here. Yeah, I'm home now. What's the problem? Oh yeah, well, the wedding venue I thought you went to contacted me a few days ago. I guess they managed to find out who I was. I'm guessing they tracked me with my number or something, since I used the home phone to call them. But anyway, I was talking to them trying to explain everything the other day. But my husband took the phone from me. He has absolutely no respect for me. He took the phone, and then they told him about everything that happened between us. Isn't that kind of your own fault? And they were going to find out eventually. Did you plan on just carrying the lie forever and avoiding it? My husband was absolutely livid. I couldn't get him to calm down and listen to me. He was mainly mad about the other random guy, I think. Although he was upset about the wedding situation, too. He started screaming, asking me to explain what I'd done. And then he slapped me. I mean, it's wrong to hit someone at any time. But looking at it from his point of view, you can see why he's so upset. I would probably hit you too. This isn't funny! What should I do? He said he doesn't give cheaters a second chance, and that we're getting a divorce. I told him I barely even cheated on him in the first place. And besides that, I only had to do it because he's such a terrible husband. He barely makes enough money for the three of us. I can't stand living like this anymore. That's not my fault. That's why I needed to get out and find someone new. Anyone in my place would do the same. You really tried to blame him for it? Were you trying to set him off? Of course you get mad if you continue adding fuel to the fire like that. But anyway, isn't that for the best? I mean, you wanted to divorce him and find someone else, right? So if he wants it too, then what's the problem? It's no life trying to live with someone that makes you that unhappy all the time. No, you don't understand. There is a big problem. I don't have any money, you know. If we get a divorce, they're not going to give me alimony. Not once they find out I've cheated. And if he gets custody of my son, then I won't even get any child support. And if I get stuck with him, he won't pay me anything anyway. Your husband would refuse to pay child support? I don't know, but probably, especially with how mad he is. He said he didn't want the kid in the first place. And since I cheated, he says he doesn't even know if it's his in the first place. So he doesn't think he has any responsibility to support him or me. Actually, I do agree with you on that one. It takes two people to make a kid. Just because he's not the one who gets pregnant doesn't make him any less responsible. I get that he's mad, but he doesn't get to take it out on the kid. He's definitely in the wrong here. No, he's probably right, TBH. We only got married because of the kid in the first place. We never really got along after that. I shouldn't force him to waste his time on us. What are you talking about? Of course he's in the wrong! At the time, I had to quit my job because they wouldn't approve me for maternity leave. But I was under a contract, and I wasn't allowed to leave legally except for certain exceptions. One of those was marriage and pregnancy. So I thought it was a good idea to finally leave that place. I didn't tell him, but I stopped taking my birth control. Are you serious? You tricked him! He was super angry at the time when he found out, obviously. He screamed a lot. But I got what I wanted, so I needed to finish this. I told him I didn't need a wedding, so he just needed to marry me and support me. And I will raise the boy. He doesn't even need to lift a finger. So I begged him to just let us get married, and he agreed. I just wanted to get out of my contract so bad. It was the only way. I wouldn't have done something like this unless I had to. Interesting. I see. But living with him was just awful. We never got along. He denies it, though. He says he hadn't done anything ever to me until after he found out about the cheating. And then said that he would be getting support from me. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. You might need to pay reparations or something. But it probably isn't that big of a deal, is it? What about the guy you were seeing? The one you thought was my husband? Aren't you still gonna marry him? If he made you happy, don't you want to continue that? Or did plans change? I wanted to, but I can't get a hold of him. He basically ghosted me. Oh, all right then. I think the venue probably contacted him too to explain the situation. He sent me a message calling me crazy. And then he blocked me and won't answer any of my calls. That makes sense, TBH. If he was cheating on his original bride with you, I doubt you're the only one he was seeing. Probably was seeing a lot of women and didn't want to bother with anyone that had drama. Oh God. What should I do? I don't want a divorce. I'm scared. What if I have to pay him? And I really don't want to be a single mom. Please help me. I don't know what to do. We're best friends still, right? Do you have any ideas or advice? Please help me out of this. I do have an idea on what to do, sure. But it's more what I should do on my end. First things first, just like that random guy, I'm gonna block you. What? It worked out in the end because you made the mistake and all. But you still tried to steal my husband and my wedding, remember? I didn't forget that just because you got the wrong man. I'm not being best friends, or even just friends with someone like that. I'd rather not even be acquaintances anymore. No, don't say that. Just wait a second. In the end, it all turned out perfectly fine, right? You're still with your husband and got your wedding and honeymoon. You're right. I did get an amazing wedding. And now I'd like to continue my nice life without the stress of dealing with you. I'm going to enjoy my new life without you, okay? So don't talk to me anymore, please. Bye! Right after my final goodbye, I blocked Rebecca for good, and I've never seen her since. She apparently tried to reconcile with her husband for a long time, begging him not to leave her. But of course, he didn't listen, and they divorced pretty much immediately after that. She was kicked out of the house and required to pay a large sum of money to her husband for the emotional distress she caused him. She couldn't afford a new place, so she moved back in with her parents and took out a loan to pay the money. She got a new job too, of course. Apparently, she's working night and day to support her son. We managed to contact the wife of the man who blocked Rebecca, so she could learn what her husband was doing behind her back. Not sure what happened to them after that, although I'm sure it involved another divorce. Stacy decided she wanted to work still, after retiring from the venue. So after that, she opened her own wedding planner business. Of course, because of how helpful she is, it's a huge success. She's already backed up for 2 years and got more customers asking for reservations. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the story, please like the video and share with your friends. For more content like this, you can visit and subscribe to our channel. Thanks again!